Okay, welcome back, or welcome back to me. Just got off a 10-day trip to Brazil. If you like that, you can always look at I'll leave a link to Travel for Cheap. I do have another YouTube site that shows you how to travel for less money. But let's get back to Helium this week. It's a pleasure to be back with you guys. And as always, this is Mr. B. Why do we call myself Mr. B? Because again, this was a project basically for my students, my high school students to begin with. And I've got them looking and mining helium and helping them to get their own helium hotspots and put them up. So that was my motivation. And that's why it's Mr. B, and welcome back. All right, so let's jump right in and let's look at these two dudes. This is just fascinating, this story of they're really happy. That's a crab pot right there. And that's what they use to catch crabs for restaurants. So there's another use case for helium, California crabs tracked by Helium Network. All right, so it helped to find crabs. So this man, Jameson Buffire, he has a San Francisco-based tech executive, loses around 10 crab pots in the course of his hobby for his restaurant. So, and each one cost around $300. So what he did was he was trying to use GPS tracker and Apple AirTags, and nothing seemed to work until he got a hold of helium, and he got a long-range wireless LoRaWAN cable, antenna with a Broman industrial tracker, and he's been able to find all these missing crab pots. And he's recovered well over $1,000, and he says it's a complete game changer for him. So that was a very fascinating story to start off with today. Let's also look at some of the other things that talks about helium ballooning up. Now, I happen to think that helium is like in my top 5 utility cryptocurrencies because it does have a real use. And they're talking about Google as a venture capitalist. I'm sure you're reading about Microsoft. Earlier, a few months ago, I had put out a video that raised the question of whether they were going to try to take over. And what it looks like is they're trying to join the Helium team. So some of those Microsoft devices come out in the next few days. I will try to have an update as well. Let's see, here's another article on what to buy. And I will do another video following this on some analysis. This may be the last chance to get helium at a fairly quick price. And if you looked at one of my last technical analysis videos, I did tell you when it was up around 25, 26, it would probably retrace just between 16 and $19 or well under $20. And I can show you some of the reasons why and where I think we're going from here. So I think there is some real positive news on the horizon and a wonderful opportunity to buy. Despite growing crypto core numbers, sector may not be immune to macro trends. So that's what they're talking about is we have a trend right now going on with some of the cryptocurrencies that we see. I'm not making very much HNT. I've had maybe a 50% reduction in the amount of my 46 hotspots that I have. Versus, let's say, December of last year. I'll probably have to do a video on that, so please look forward to that one. And if you find any of this information useful or helpful, please subscribe. You can always unsubscribe, and please like. You can always do the same with that. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day, and I'm glad to be back from Brazil. Obrigado.